Hey Cancer, thank you so much for taking your time to join me today for your general reading. My name is Katie. It's a pleasure to meet you. I am going to be giving you today a general reading for all Cancers out there for the last week of February. And then from then on out, I will be doing monthly readings for you guys at the beginning of every month. So, to a little bit more information about me, my name is Katie. I'm from the Phoenix area. I've been reading tarot since I was 13. Beginning slowly for myself, just reading about the cards, learning about them, understanding how to read tarot, and then slowly developing my own personal practice. I started reading tarot for friends and family. Took me some time actually to build up the confidence, maybe around when I was 16 or 17. And then I started professionally reading tarot about 3 years ago. So this reading will take a look at the next week of February, and please keep in mind that this is an extremely general reading for all Cancer out there. If you are interested in getting a personal reading or one that is more in tune with your specific personality within Cancer, I'd be happy to do so. Please check me out on my website at blissfully.com. I provide services for tarot readings, and then I also will be putting on some of my handmade crafts on there as well. I can do a Skype reading. I can also do a recorded video similar to this one, just specifically for you. Or I can also do an email reading. And if you are in the Phoenix area, I do love to do parties and events where I get to meet lots of people and read cards for them. So all of that information is on my website, so please take a minute to check it out. I do post pictures of your spread on my Instagram and other social media accounts, so I'll post all the links in the description below. Feel free to pause the video if you want to, and you can definitely go pick up that picture and look at it while listening to this video at the same time so that you can get a visual. And I do this because I try to show you the picture of the tarot card while I'm doing the reading so that you can get a visual representation to see what's going on, but sometimes I forget to share it, so that's why I do that, just to have a good safety net. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. And the way I like to do my readings is I lay them all out face down, and then I open them up one at a time, and then I find the connections as I'm reading all of the cards, and it keeps me on track, and it makes sure it keeps me feeling like I'm telling you good pieces of information one at a time, and then it lets me relate it all back to each other. Alrighty, so your card, your U card in your U position is the Two of Winter. So it appears that you are going through a bit of a head-to-head with someone recently. And because this is the Winter card, related to Rider's and Waite deck, the Winter, okay, let me back up. This is a Victorian fairy deck, and what it looks at is, rather than Pentacles, Cups, Wands, that kind of thing, they're all the seasons, and each season relates to different symbols. So the Winter cards relate to swords. So you've got the Two of Swords, which is meaning a stand down, a standoff on competing ideologies, competing personalities, competing whatever you may want to take into account, whatever comes to mind to you with this card. You can see here that there's two men that are at a difference with one another, and they're about to basically endure a battle, for lack of a better word. And so this can either be you and another person, it can be you and yourself, having a mental struggle with yourself, believing one thing and another at the same time. And so it definitely feels like right now, in this last week of February, you're going through a bit of an emotional and mental awakening, so to say. So what's crossing you is the Ace of Autumn. And what's funny is I've been actually seeing this a lot with some of the other horoscopes that I've been reading for. There is a bit of a clash with what's going on in terms of how you're making money. The Ace of Autumn, Autumn is related to the Pentacles, and it is associated with beginnings on maybe a new job, maybe a new hobby that you want to bring wealth into your life, bring money into your life. And this seems to be the subject in which you're having a quarrel about. If it's relating to yourself, it could be that you're finding that maybe you're struggling with the idea of following your passions in terms of making money versus being responsible and getting a job at a different company or something along those lines. Or if it's with another person, maybe the two of you are disagreeing on money issues. Maybe one of you wants to pursue a different career, and that is creating some tension between the two of you. You, Cancer, seem to be trusting your gut a lot lately, and you probably are very intuitive. But more than anything, you might be getting certain signs coming into your life right now. There might be certain things popping up, like street signs or names or various words coming up that are making you feel like you need to make this jump, so to say, in your life. And so it definitely feels like you're trusting your gut a lot, or you're noticing these things. And at the bottom, at your subconscious, you're also dealing with a new love or a new passion that has come into your life. So again, this could either be a person, this could be a personal passion or a hobby that you're experiencing. Just looking at this spread in general, I would say it probably relates most to a hobby of yours, and you're struggling with taking the next step and expanding with that. In your recent past, you have definitely been the person that takes care of other people rather than taking care of yourself. You've got the 10 of Autumn in your recent past. Excuse me. And so a lot of your material wealth and your physical shelter that you've created has been given to other people with the intention of taking care of them before taking care of yourself. And it sounds like what's starting to happen is maybe you're starting to think more about yourself, or maybe putting all of this time and attention and money and effort into other people is starting to have a draining effect on you, and that's causing this clash, so to say. You taking care of other people could specifically be the romantic interest in your life, but you know, I am not necessarily getting a clear idea as to what that could be at the moment. Okay, so upcoming future is starting to make sense with the rest of this reading. You've got the Four of Summer. And what you can see in here is a man that is looking at his reflection in the water. And to me, symbolically, what this means is it's looking within, looking at yourself and understanding what about you is special or unique about you, and how you can express that more. And I'm definitely seeing the need to want to express these things through your hobby. But that is what is causing the clash or struggle between other people in your life. And sometimes these things are healthy to have happen, because as you grow, as you expand as a person and understand who you are more, you're going to start to notice that different people in your life are going to go fade into the background. And that's okay, because all that means is that who you are today and your vibrational energy isn't aligning with who they are today. And this could mean that they could potentially come around and come back into understanding with you, or it just might mean that the relationship needs to be done. Needs to move on to somewhere else. Your friends and family seem to be very hardworking people. They believe that the only way to have a fruitful life is to put in the work, to put in the hard work, and also to be together as a family and work as a team. I think that based off of the other cards that I'm seeing in your spread, there might be a little bit of a clash with your family in general, because it feels as though you're veering off into a personal spiritual path that might be different from theirs, different from their ideals, different from their upbringing, and that is causing a bit of a tremor in your relationship. That doesn't necessarily tell me that it's over or that it's done. I think it just is showing that everybody in your family, everybody in your world is going through an expansion process in reaction to your personal expansion. It's a learning process. Your hopes, definitely it's to follow your dreams and your passions. And to be impulsive and just do it. And, I agree. I think that you should. I think that you should go in the direction that feels good to you and let the people who agree with you come along with you for the ride. The people that don't agree with you can go on their own path, and that doesn't have to be something that is harmful. Your fears card is, in my mind, disapproval. You've got the King of Winter here, and you can see he's a very stern man with specific ideals, specific intentions for this world, and almost is a bit of a traditionalist, and doesn't really want to hear anybody else's opinion, because what he believes is right, he believes is right, and what anybody else is going to tell him isn't going to fly. And so I think that this being in your fear section, this is telling me that you're afraid of breaking the tradition. You're afraid of moving beyond what your family has raised you to believe. But I would challenge you to pursue what makes you happy, despite the fact that you have the fear of things like tradition. Because the beautiful thing that's happening right now is that you're given the opportunity to help so many souls, so many spirits, expand into a greater sphere of understanding. And you get to be the teacher and the leader for them by going out on this path and by doing these things on your own and kind of showing the way for them. Your final outcome card is the Queen of Summer, and she, as you can see, I would describe her as a little bit lackadaisical, but also very at peace, relaxed, enjoying her surroundings and being in the present moment for sure. And I think that that's a really good message to leave you with specifically. The entire theme of what's going on here is a fear of breaking free, a fear of expressing yourself as an individual. And it may take some time for you to completely get to that point, get to the point of the Queen of Summer, but I think that by slowly each and every day doing an action or doing something that makes you feel good and makes you feel like you're taking care of yourself and giving yourself self-love is what's going to get you to that point. And when you do that, people will see it. People will see how at ease you are with yourself. You don't need to care for other people and be there for other people in order to feel fulfilled in life. You need to care for yourself first in order to give love to other people at such a capacity that is recognizable. So there you have it. I think that that's a really good reading for you. Cancer, I am so happy that you've taken your time to speak with me and to be with me for your end of February reading. I encourage you to subscribe to my channel and check back in the beginning of March for your March monthly reading. I do believe that it is necessary for us to do tarot readings maybe once a month at the most, just because getting too much information, whether it be multiple tarot readings or even getting readings from different people, can be overwhelming to our senses. And so if you found my video and if you are looking for advice or looking for guidance, check out a couple of other YouTube channels and see what they're like. But then at the end, choose to stay with the one that you feel you have the most connection to. And they will be the person that you can have a good connection with and feel like they will be able to help you in your path to learning and understanding and expanding and loving. You know, that's what we're meant to do here on this planet. So please, if you're interested, check out my website to get personal readings. I'd love to meet you if you're in the Phoenix area. I will keep you all updated if I'm going to farmers market events or anything like that. I plan on selling homemade products and handmade crafts as well. So thank you so much again, Cancer, and have a wonderful rest of your week.